Charge my earbuds up. I'm about to hit the gym. I'm gonna charge my earbuds up. Get some juice in it. Good Sunday. Good Sunday. Happy Easter for those that celebrate Easter or whatever. I celebrate life. I celebrate every day that I wake up to live on top of the land instead of up under it. So good Sunday, good Sunday. We're gonna talk about this. We're gonna dive in this conversation while I ride over here to go to the gym. My daughter is doing her auntie hair. Just dropped her off and dropped my son out. Just got my son his haircut, so he's so fresh and so clean going to school in the morning. And I'm gonna go knock out some sets. Leg day today. Yes sir, leg day. So I want to talk about this subject because it's something I'm actually glad now. Now granted, I kind of wish it would have been like, I wish it would have been like a Big U that said this, Monster Cody when Monster Cody was alive. You know, any gang member that has like a solid name in these places. Let me roll this up. I don't know if y'all saw the no jumper video when he was interviewing Snoopy Badazz. Hey, what's going on? I don't know if y'all watch, y'all subscribe to No Jumper, y'all watch any of the content over there, but sometimes he'll have something on there a topic that I like hearing, even though he have a lot of mess over there. But shout out to them, whatever. If you don't figure out a way to get these crooks to get on camera and give these live confessions that turn around and bite them on the ass in the long run, then I don't even look at you as to blame. I look at them. It's they dumbass fault for doing that. But that's another video. I want to talk about what Snoopy Badazz was saying. No, I'm not driving, I'm parked. I want to talk about what Snoopy Badazz was saying. Snoopy say he don't respect out-of-towners that rep, you know, their LA culture, that rep Crips, that rep Bloods, you know, any other. He started naming a whole bunch of other little gangs, Spanish gangs or whatever that's in LA, right? And I'm gonna borrow this from Uncle Willie D. I salute him on that, because for the life of me, I never understood why. And it just put me in the mind of back in like 2014, 2013, I was locked up in USP Lee, Jonesville, Virginia. And I used to walk the yard with the shot caller of the Crips car, not because I was on some gang shit. I ain't never been on a gang shit, but we had a common interest in filmmaking, like writing scripts. I write scripts, he write them. And so we was touching bases on that. And then I became, even though I wasn't even there that long, but I became popular because I was good at battle rapping and that type of stuff too. So I battled a dude named Bam G. He was a GD out of Milwaukee, and he was like the best thing around at destroying people. And I just destroyed this dude, right? And that was when I took that shit serious or whatever, right? And I became a little name around there or whatever in a short amount of time. Swear to God, I swear on everything I love. But so me saying some stuff about gang banging caught his attention because he was in the crowd listening to the shit. And he was an older dude. He used to run with the real Rick Ross. I'm trying to remember his name. He used to run with the real Rick Ross. And we went to talking about scripts and everything. We talk about movies or whatever. And we walk in the yard one day, and I just asked him, man. I say, man, do y'all identify or like salute out of towners that rep y'all culture? And he gave me a look with a little smirk on his face. I said, say less. This shit I've been knowing. He never say no, we look at them like brothers, extended family or whatever. He had a look on his face. He had a little smirk on his face, and I knew. Mind you, this is an older guy. This guy is probably I know he in his 50s now, because he was like in his 40s then. He had been down like 20-some years, and real solid dude, real solid, cool dude. I hope he had a life sentence. I hope he gave that life sentence back. I hope he's out. And if he see this video, he know I'm not lying. He know what I'm talking about. Yeah, he was LA to death with the lokes. You could tell them West Coast dudes in the feds, all of them had them lokes on. All on woo, the dark shade, the old school LA. The dark shit, kind of like what Compton Rick Rock is, how he is. The old school lokes on, bald head, tatted, you know what I'm saying? Real cool, real player like, but you know, old school with it. Caught a life sentence. He gave me a look like, I'm like, yeah, I know, nigga, I know y'all don't look at these people like, you look at them like followers, and it's hard for how you expect somebody to look at you like a stand-up real nigga, and you ain't even from the land, you ain't even official with that shit. Like I done hit niggas all the way down here in Atlanta, Great Street neighborhood. These niggas ain't never been there. These niggas ain't even never been there before. You ain't never spent a day in that motherfucker. Like, oh, you went there and visited, you got a pass, and like you got to feel like a sucker. Like you have to feel like a sucker to me to do that. So back to Snoopy. Snoopy say he don't respect, yeah, the real Rick Ross. Snoopy said he don't respect, and matter of fact, he around that age of that guy. Rick Ross like 50s, late 50s, early 60s, if that. He like around his age, but he ran with the real Rick Ross. But I salute, I agree with Snoopy Badazz on that. You don't see LA guys, you don't see California guys, period, trying to emulate and act like niggas from Chicago or niggas from Atlanta or niggas from Miami or Houston or, you know, Ohio or New York or whatever. You never see that. You don't see Chicago dudes trying to act like they from LA, trying to act like they from Atlanta, trying to act like they from Miami, trying to act like they from Texas, trying to act like they from Tennessee, Memphis or something. You don't see these same two cities that gang infested. Now granted, the originators, the founders of the GDs and CRIPS and Bloods, them niggas is from the South. Took in all them niggas like Mississippi dudes. You know what I'm saying? They from the South, but went out there and created some shit, and it blossomed into a black genocide. It's nothing to be proud about. It's nothing to be proud about to say I am a gang member. It's nothing to be proud about. To tell me you are a gang member and you active in the gang world, to tell me that you did your participation in corrupting wherever you from, helping corrupting and toxic and putting up the death rate, all the murder rate. You was doing all that where you from. You sold drugs, you robbed, you shot motherfuckers, pistol whip motherfuckers, you hated them, backdoor motherfuckers, killed people. You know, you did a whole bunch of shit that didn't nothing to glorify. That's what you did. Snoop Dogg is questionable, rolling 20. No, Snoopy Badazz. I'm talking about Snoopy Badazz. This guy's probably 20 years, 15 years younger than Snoop Dogg. Snoopy Badazz. And he was like, you know, how they program, how they rep what they rep, and I don't understand if people from other cities, Jersey, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, I mean not Chicago, because they got their own shit, Philly or any other city, state, Texas. If you got to be a part of a gang, why not just create your own shit? Why not blossom your own shit, your own name, your own tune, your own sound? Why do you have to Like, why is it mandatory for you to be a GD, a BD? Why is it Vice Lord? Why is it mandatory for you to be a Crip, a Blood? Why? Why you can't just create your own shit? And you don't abide by or follow by, or you not putting people in the mind of, oh, nigga, you trying to be like these niggas from out there. Them niggas are not trying to be like y'all. Show me one California cat that put you in the mind of a dude from Atlanta, or a dude from Chicago, or a dude from New York. Now, I bet you can think of so many people from Atlanta, New York, Tennessee, that act like they still got their southern drawl or whatever, but the culture that they running with, the gang they running with, originated somewhere else. I think founder of BDs is from Memphis. I think he might be, but my whole thing is that when it blossomed and turned into something, it turned into something where they from. The BD, GD, all that shit blossomed in Chicago. Granted, Tookie Williams is from like Louisiana, Mississippi, like a country part of like Louisiana, Mississippi. But he created that blood Crip shit up there, and it blossomed in California. So California, that's California shit. That's California shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you feel the need to follow this shit? You know what I mean? Why, if you're gonna be doing some twisted shit with your fingers that bad, why not create your own shit? Why it's mandatory for you to be why you got to be a Blood? You got to be a Crip. You ain't even from there. Like, you automatically gotta feel like an outsider for doing that. You ain't even from there. You ain't grow up, you ain't drink the waters there, you ain't grow up smelling the gun smoke of that land or whatever, or LA or Compton or South Central. You ain't grow up in that shit. Why you goddamn repping the folks stuff? You ain't go to school there. You weren't born there. You ain't even ever been arrested there. The police don't even got you in the system, up in their system, because you've never even been there. Why you repping something that you're not from, bro? And I'm talking about repping to the death. These dudes will rep that gang shit. I hear them representing on the set and on the dead homies more than they say on God. They don't even rep God like they rep the gang. I just never understood it. I just never understood it. God of stupid. I don't know. I'm assuming you're a male, because if you was a female, you probably would have titled your YouTube channel Goddess of Stupid. So by saying God of Stupid, that makes me feel like you're a male and calling me handsome. I don't know if you want me to smile or, you know, thank you, or whatever the case may be. I'm a male. So why, as a male, why would you call me handsome? I supposed to say thank you? Oh, thank you. Another man think I'm handsome. That's what I'm supposed to say. I just don't. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. But you can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. I just never understood it. You don't see LA dudes. You never see LA dudes acting like they from New Jersey or acting like they from New York. You never seen Chicago dudes acting like they from Atlanta, or acting like they from Memphis, acting like they from St. Louis, acting like they from Texas. They just never saw that shit. So why act like them and not feel like, man, I'm really borrowing, or I ain't even from these niggas' culture. I don't do that walking and I'm not even from their culture. Why am I acting like them? Why I'm so dedicated and something I'm not even from, where it originated from? Shit's kind of tight weird to me. Kind of tight weird. So y'all go check it out. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I actually agree. Now Snoopy Badazz done said a whole bunch of crazy shit before. There's some fights online, Snoopy getting his ass beat, but at least he fought. He stood there and fought, stood his ground. But I agree with him. I agree with him on that. I ran into some fake shotgun Crips in Atlanta. The gang shit is watered down. It definitely is. It definitely is. I mean, but that just goes to show you how it ain't really no leadership in that shit at all anyway. It's a bad thing to be a part of no leadership. Put it like this. You're not gonna walk around when a well-known biker, like white boys ain't finna walk around or drive around on their bikes with Hell's Angels jackets on, with Hell Angels stitched on their shit if they ain't a part of it. You're not finna ride around as a biker rocking a King of the South leather jacket with the shit stitched in that motherfucker, and you can't tell if you get approached by any of these real bikers. They be like, what chapter you from? And you can't get them the blues, and you can't tell them where you from. Boy, them folks gonna probably kill you or beat you black and blue. Like, ain't a script, take your bike, take your jacket and everything. Like, you not finna do that. You just not gonna do that. We're gonna say the police is an active gang. It's just a gang patrolling the masses. You're not finna put on an APD uniform, riding around, acting like you some police and not get no pressure put on you by a real cop. You're not gonna walk around with a federal badge, flashing and talking about, yeah, I'm with the FBI, and not get pressed by the FBI. All this stuff we could consider like gang. Like, you just not gonna do that. So I'm just wondering, like why y'all niggas be wanting to rep? That go to show you that ain't no leadership. And you, matter of fact, fuck it, you ain't gonna even rep a mafia. You ain't even gonna hang around the mafia, real mafia, Italian mob bosses, Asian mob bosses. You're not finna be in them folks' circle or around learning some game, doing having tattoos or what they do, or doing whatever that they do, and they got a whiff of it, and you don't get found somewhere floating in some river in some desert dead somewhere. Some vultures done discovered your fucking body, your corpse. You just not. That just go to show you how, yeah, it is watered down, and it's a fucking joke. It's a joke if you ask me. It's real because people are dying, people have died, but it's a fucking joke. It's a joke. And these niggas, boy, you can't. I done seen some dudes. I done been locked up in some of these Georgia prisons and seen some dudes from some of the countryest places you can possibly think of, places you probably never heard of. Population of 616 people. And matter of fact, drop it down to 600 because 16 died last week from natural causes or whatever. So a population of 600 people. 400 of them are elders and working class people. Another 100 is toddlers and babies. And then you got 100 motherfuckers running around here talking about they're a part of all these different gangs. Ain't never been nowhere. They just want to be a part of some shit. Like, that shit is so weird to me. Like, who put you on? Why do y'all need gang banging in your fucking town? It ain't even fucking 1,000 people live there. I used to say that shit all the man, that's on the set, man. They be changing the C's and put the B's and all this. Nigga, it ain't even 5,000 people live in that county that you live in. Who you beefing with? The next farmer? The next motherfucker that work on a steel mill? Who are you beefing with? The forklift operator? Who are you beefing with? A fucking landscaper? Who are you fucking beefing with? Wear some fake military gear. Wear some fake military gear and let a real vet see you somewhere and he say something to you. Like, when did you fight? What year was you in there? And you, no, I'm just wearing them. Man, why beat your, man, them niggas might goddamn flash out, boy. Like, these people, man, I'm telling you, man, I done been in places and met people from some of the smallest places you can think of. Why are you a Crip? Why the fuck you a GD? Why you a Blood? Why you beefing? Usually this shit, Chicago is the third. Chicago is a very big ass, massive ass city, a beautiful city, very violent. I went to Chicago twice, a very beautiful fucking city. God damn, that motherfucker beautiful. But god damn, that shit so violent. I don't understand why. That shit so fucking beautiful, the city. I ain't got no business trimming around the Wild Hunters, old block, and 63rd and all these other little areas or whatever. I ain't got no business over. I don't fly in another city trying to hang out in no hoods any fucking way. If I could just hang in the hoods where I'm comfortable there, where I know of, where I grew up, where I'm familiar with in Atlanta. I don't have to go to Chicago or St. Louis and hang in no fucking hood. I'm going over there trying to find the pros in that city, not the cons. I'm trying to hang around the good. I'm trying to see what I can enjoy about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's very violent. I can see how gangs, oh man, I'm from the north side, I'm from the west side of Chicago, I'm from the south side. Yeah, I can see why these niggas are beefing, which I still don't understand, because it's still the same trauma, same drama. You go to the same jail, the same judges, the same police officers lock you up. You're gonna go to the same prison, you're gonna eat the same commissary, you're gonna squat, cough, you're gonna take your fucking clothes off and you're gonna bust it open. The toughest gangster, you're gonna take your clothes off and bust it open for every CO that willing to look at you and ready to look at you when you come to visitation or you entering a prison. Why you don't get on YouTube and tell these good people, these good civilians, these good 9-to-5ers and business owners about that? Why you only going there talking about when you caught somebody, you fought them in the shower, or you fought them on the yard, you stabbed this person? Why you ain't telling them about when you used to strip butt ass naked, when them folks come in there and do a shakedown, you had to show, your tough ass had to show this CO, and he probably was a faggot, you had to show him your fucking asshole, nigga? Why you don't tell them sides of the story? Why you don't tell that when you go to visitation, how you gotta always lift them nuts up, squat and cough and turn around so he can see what you fucking working with? Huh? Yeah, y'all just want to talk about that tough shit. Detroit is the game people go around saying, I'm from Detroit. Yeah, Detroit. You know what, to be honest with you, now that I think of it, I'm not sure, because I ain't never really been to Detroit. I ain't never been to Detroit, but I can't think of no Detroit native that ever said I'm a Crip or I'm a Blood, I'm a GD, I'm a Vice Lord. I ain't never heard that one. I heard them niggas say BMF and whatever other little crews that was up there, but I ain't never heard nobody from Detroit rep some shit, unless it was some shit originated from where they from. I ain't never heard Trick claim no fucking set like California set or no Chicago set. So you don't see Detroit niggas acting like nobody but Detroit niggas. You can tell a Detroit nigga. But all these other motherfuckers, and unfortunately my city, and I still remember, see, I'm from the old Atlanta. I still remember old Atlanta. Project buildings, we had 32 projects. All of them dangerous. And that ain't even adding neighborhoods that's dangerous. That ain't even adding rundown apartments that's dangerous. Like, don't think it was just danger in the projects. You can get that shit in the regular apartments that's just roach infested, drug infested, just toxic. Like, I grew up in 445 Colony Creek, Cleveland Avenue, old building. Not government home, that's why they still up. These wasn't Atlanta government housing, but the steel metal doors like the projects, every fucking thing that go on in the projects went on here. Murders, drug dealing, prostitution, killings, rapes, police raids, those kicked in, all that shit as a youngin'. It's nothing to brag about, but I'm just pointing out, like, I remember that Atlanta. So I still rep that Atlanta. Now, don't grant, mind you, I like elevation. Atlanta has had a makeover. None of the dangerous properties that had all these projects and all this, that's no longer there. They got condominiums and malls and all kind of nice little shit. People walking Yorkies and shit on that property. That was dangerous property in the 90s, early 2000s, 80s. But niggas didn't rep gang. Niggas used to rep what projects they from what zone they from. You'll still hear that now. I'm from zone 3. I'm from zone 3. I'm from zone 3. I'm from zone 4. I'm from zone 5. I'm from 4-4. I'm from zone 1. You know what I'm saying? I'm from 10-10. I'm from College Park. I'm from Clayton. You know, you'll hear niggas rep where they from. Wasn't a gang. Like, all this new shit, all this new 35 and under ass type of shit. Everybody you hear rep a gang in all these other cities normally be like 35 years and younger. Cause it's like some young nigga shit, new young nigga shit, 30s and under, young nigga. You ain't really got no old head. You ain't got no niggas in their 40s